For over 60 years, the Imperial Quarterback Club has helped different clubs and sports teams at Imperial High School. The medal they raise goes a long way, keeping...
Oh, this is where they put us.
Their members are parents and community members who care and want to donate their time. If you would like to become a member, please call Betty at 760-355-1312. That's 355-1312. The Quarterback Club pushes the Imperial Tigers up. Go Tigers!
Returning back to West Santee, Mickey Dale along with Joe Evangelos at West Side. That is West Hills High School here in Santee for tonight's game between the Wolfpack and the Imperial Tigers. Although this is the first game for the Tigers, it's the second for the Wolfpack. As we've mentioned, they shut out Kearney 55-0 last week behind a 3-touchdown pass performance by quarterback Braden Oberg. Rushed for 78 yards and just 4 carries. Quite a good athlete. Watching videos and the cheers here in the background is because the Wolfpack has entered the stadium through a wolf. It's on the east side of the stadium. They have a flex point option attack that's somewhat similar to what Army has used in the past. He has several slot backs with good hands and great running ability, and that will be leading their offense. Head coach David Shaw's Tigers will be led by quarterback C.J. Tiernan, who's up from playing wide receiver last season. He'll use all-league defensive back Seth Shaw at running back, but you'll also hear the name Jeremiah Naylor, who was impressive in a scrimmage against El Capitan in Lakeside last week. The offensive line is shored up by all-leaguer Wolfgang Horner, who will also be a key to the defensive line for the Tigers tonight. Both teams on each side now, and looks like we're going to have a kickoff in just a few moments, and we'll be back with that kickoff and the rest of our pregame in just a moment.
Once again, voted best. Our customer, thank you. Now remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic, the list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. You'll get advice that you can trust to help you select coverage that's best for you. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Ayton Express in Imperial is your one-stop convenience store with full-service car wash, gas, and diesel. It's the place for all your snacks, cold drinks, and ice-cold beer. And if you're throwing a party, kegs, wine, and champagne. Everything you need at one convenient location. While you're there, get your vehicle washed and save a buck with 8 gallons of gas or diesel and get the 10th car wash free. Yes, Ayton Express is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Highway 86 and Ayton Road in Imperial.
The Imperial Tiger Football Association was started years ago to help the football team with much-needed equipment and sending the players to special training. Now, through their fundraising efforts from the past and now, the Imperial Tiger Association is proud of what they have accomplished.
All right.
They're always looking for new members. You can call 760-960-6317. That's 960-6317 if you're interested in helping out. Go Tigers!
Back at the Wolfpack Stadium, where the West Hills Wolfpack hosts the Imperial Tigers in the Tigers' opening game of this 2021 season. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Tigers get started out with the first game tonight.
Yeah, they are a little bit of a disadvantage. We talked about that a little earlier. This second game for West Hills and the initial game for the Tigers, but I'm sure they're going to do well. I'm very excited to be here.
Tiger captain's getting ready to come out across the field. Wolfgang Horner, who mentioned an all-league player last year, one of the captains, along with Zach Ray. And it looks like Jeremiah Naylor, the other captain. And for the Wolfpack, their quarterback, Braden Oberg, will be one of the captains, along with Dylan Snyder, Ashton Kalin, and also Cohen Benavente. And so the captain's out on the field. Other games that are going tonight, and we'll keep you abreast of how those scores are going throughout the evening. All the Valley schools are in action, except for Calipatria. They had a late cancellation in their Desert Mirage game tonight. But Central in the San Diego County as well at Point Loma. Raleigh's north of here, Valley Center. Southwest is at Vincent Memorial, while Calexico is the lone IVL team at home as they host Castle Park. In the newly formed Desert League, no more Manzanita League, it's now called the Desert League. They're taking the place of that name only, but it's the same teams basically, with the addition of Palo Verde. They've moved over from the IVL into the Desert League. They visit Coachella Arabs. Obel is at Mountain Empire. It's a non-league contest. Obel was scheduled to play Cedis tonight, but due to the pandemic, Cedis can't come across the border.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was canceled out. Yeah. They were fortunate enough to pick up a game, though, with Mount Empire. It'll be a non-league game up in Pine Valley tonight. And so, like I said, we'll keep you updated on how the scores will go throughout the evening. So sit back and enjoy football on a Friday night here in West Santee between the West Hills Wolfpack and the Imperial Tigers. Tiger kicker Ethan Gonzalez, just a junior, but was all league last year as a punter and a kicker. And he was kicking from about 40 yards, coming up a little short to the west, but there's a stiff wind coming out of the west, so got pretty good legs. Hopefully that'll work out later on in the season when we need it. Tigers will be receiving to open up the game. They'll be going left to right on your dial, going from the east to the west here on this field. Seth Shaw will be deep to receive on the far side. And on the near side, looks like Alejandro Perez will be back for the Tigers. And kicking off for West Hills will be Tyler Haley, a junior kicker. And he'll have the benefit of the wind to his back. He may have to have somebody hold the ball just because the wind's kind of gusting up down on the field, and it knocked it off the tee for a moment. He's trying to get a foot onto the tee again. And stepping it out now. See what kind of leg he's got. For the Tigers, I'd get a little bit further back. Yeah, that's at least to the 10.
He's got the win.
You're right. And it's going to be a kick going back to Perez. He'll get it right at the 10-yard line. Right up the middle of the field to the 20. Picks up a block at the 25, hit at the 28, and down to the 30-yard line. Tigers will have a first and 10 right at their own 30-yard line.
That was Hunter Weatherby making the tackle on that kickoff for the Wolfpack.
C.J. Tiernan will be the starting quarterback for the Tigers. And he will have in the backfield with him Seth Shaw as the lone running back behind, and actually they're going to make a move on that, and Shaw will not get the starter. Will be Jeremiah Naylor. Tigers will send two wide receivers to the right side. Jesse Nichols will come to the right, along with Tiger Ochoa will get the start in the slot. Handoff to Nader on the left side. He's going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't quite turn the corner. No gain. It'll be a second down and 10.
Yeah, it's tough sledding out there. He's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So it'll be a second down and 10 for the Tigers. Along the line, Diego Valencia on the left side of the line, along with Wolfgang Horner, Andros Castellum at the center, Ethan Reeves and Aiden Shields on the right side of the line. And the slots will be moving around in and out. There's three wide right this play, with Tiernan in the shotgun formation. Goes back to pass. Sets up. Can't find anybody. Going to run. It has some room up the middle. Gets out to the 25-yard line. Twists and turns to the 26. Be a gain of 6. The Tigers looking at a third down and 4.
That's Schultz on the tackle for the Wolfpack, but it was a nice improvising there by quarterback.
You have a pretty good look at the field when it didn't have anybody up the middle. Just turned and picked it up. So third down and 4 for the Tigers from the 20, make it the 36-yard line of West Hill. Again, the Tigers will send three wide receivers to the right side, one to the left, and Naylor, the lone running back, to the right side of Kiernan in the shotgun. Gets the snap, takes the handoff, throws it, completes the pass, gets the first down, going to get out to about the 45-yard line, and the reception going to Alejandro Perez.
Nice pop pass there from Turner. Great vision there.
Give him a 10-yarder on that pass reception.
Got a flag down. Looks like it's going to be too many sub for Wolfpack. Didn't get off the field in time.
Exactly. Illegal substitution against the Wolfpack. So 5-yard pickup will put the ball on the Wolf side of the 50-yard line.
We'll take it.
You betcha. So first and 5 for the Tigers now, just on the Wolfpack side of the 50-yard line. Naylor stays in the backfield to the right side of Tiernan. Stay in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers again come to the wide side of the field to the right. Tiernan looks at the defense. Gets the snap. Takes the handoff. Throws it's going to be tipped and knocked down. Good defensive play. Coming up on West Steele as Braden Wilson comes up with a blocked pass. It'll be a 2nd down and 5.
That looked like it was going to be very similar to that little pop pass they had, and the defense was ready for that one.
So 2nd and 5 for the Tigers from the 49-yard line of West Hill. No huddle offense for the Tigers, so they're quickly back on the field, quickly in the same formation with 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tiernan, man in motion going to the far side. Gets the snap, back to pass. Looks out on the flat, throws it way over the head of the intended receiver, Jesse Nichols, and it'll be a 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers. Third down and 5 from the 49. Tiernan to the 3rd and 5, looks over the defense, has a man in motion going to the far side. In Perez, back to pass. Gets clutched out of the pocket, and be brought down and be a sack. Back to the 47-yard line, and loss of 4, and the Tigers will have to punt.
Tackle there by Embrendo, 5'10", 177 pounds. Linebacker came in there and put a stop to that play real quick.
Dylan Snyder will drop back to receive, and Ethan Gonzalez will have to punt into the wind. And he'll be punting at about his 40-yard line. He actually gets it off his foot. No score early in the contest. 9:26 to go in the first quarter. Good snap back. Punt gets off, gets the wind, fair catch, and caught at the 24-yard line. And that's what the Wolfpack will take over possession, 1st and 10, and they'll be at their own 24-yard line. Defensively for the Tigers, Aiden Shields, Wolfgang Horner, and Diego Valencia will be along the line. The linebackers, Pablo Moreno, Jeremiah Naylor, Zach Ray, and Kai Bishop. Joel Villacampos, Seth Shaw, Devin Meza, and Victor Valenzuela in the defensive backfield. Braden Oberg at quarterback. They'll have 2 slots and 1 running back behind him. Stands up from behind center, looks over at the coach. Change the play up a little bit. Gets back under center. Man in motion to the near side, back to pass Oberg. Looks down the flat. Ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage, but still caught for yardage out to the 32-yard line. And it's going to be caught by Max Conaway.
Pablo Moreno in on the tackle for the Tigers, along with a couple of his teammates.
He a gain of 7 yards on the play.
Did they design that to tip it and then
I think so.
pick it up?
It worked perfect.
It was right there.
So 2nd and 3 from the 32. And in motion coming to the near side. Take the handoff. Oberg can hit the line behind the line of scrimmage. The Tigers are going to bring it down. They read that one all the way. They'll bring it down back at the 28-yard line, and that'll be a loss of 4. So 3rd and long coming up.
Bishop and Naylor both in on the tackle for Imperial. They smelled that one out real quick.
They did. They did. It wasn't just 1 or 2 players either.
No.
There was quite a few.
There was a host.
So 3rd down and about 6.5 yards to go for a 1st down. Ball placed at the 28. They need to get to the 35, so about 7 yards to go. In wide receiver seats out of the field. 2 wide right this time and a slot right.
Watch out.
Oberg under center and in motion. Takes the handoff. Fumble! Tigers are going to recover it inside the 20-yard line at the 19. It's 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 19.
They smelled that one out.
Diego Valencia was able to cover that.
Great job.
Did a great job on that. And a player down for the Tigers. Injured player Alex Nekachea is down at the 23-yard line. So with timeout on the field and 7:45 to go in this first half of play, there's no score. The Tigers and the West Hills Wolfpack.
When it comes to great Mexican food, El Zarape Restaurant in Imperial should be number one because they do it right. From special quesadillas to 17 different burritos, not including 8 different breakfast burritos. Yeah, they have one you will love. The food is great, the service even better. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at El Zarape, still offering curbside service. Call 760-355-4435. El Zarape Restaurant in Imperial.
Imperial Valley College is welcoming students back on campus for the fall for an enhanced mix of in-person and online learning and student services. Enrollment is in full swing with classes already in session. Programs will feature an enhanced schedule of in-person labs and hands-on skills training with the option to continue taking a wide range of courses online. Students curious about degrees, available programs, and career paths can learn more by visiting imperial.edu and careered.org.
For over 60 years, the Imperial Quarterback Club has helped different clubs and sports teams at Imperial High School. The money they raise goes a long way, keeping our kids busy with school activities. Their members are parents and community members who care and want to donate their time. If you would like to become a member, please call Betty or Larry at 760-355-1312. That's 355-1312. The Quarterback Club wishes the Imperial Tigers a great season. Go Tigers!
And Valencia helped off the field, but limping quite a bit on his left ankle. Tigers have the ball 1st and 10, deep in West Hills territory at the 19-yard line. 2 wide receivers east side of the field this time for Tiernan. Stays in the shotgun with Naylor to his right. Design quarterback keeper up the middle. He'll get inside the 15-yard line to about the 14. So a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5.
That was definitely a design run. I mean, it looks like the throwback to Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators.
You're right.
A few years ago.
Kind of a step back. What can you go forward?
Just read it and go.
2nd down and 5 for the Tigers at the West Hills 14. Tiernan gets the snap. Hands to Nader over left guard. Nader will get a couple of yards and then get sacked up at the 11-yard line. Give him a gain of 3. So the Tigers looking at 3rd down and short. Jeremiah Naylor, for those of you old-timers, his grandmother is Angie Sane Naylor. And he comes off the field now as Seth Shaw comes in to replace him. Hand off to Shaw. There's nothing there. Gets stopped initially, and then his second win is going to get the 1st down. Wow, he got stopped up, and then his second motion will get down to the 6. A gain of 6 and a 1st down and goal to go.
That was a great effort by Shaw on that play, because like he said, as soon as he got the ball in the handoff, he was popped, and he just kind of bled off to his left and fought for yards and ended up in definitely positive yardage. First down.
Good drive.
Yes, awesome.
6-yard line. 1st and goal to go for the Tigers. They bring their diamond formation in now. And it's Nader over left tackle. Nader will get inside the 5 to about the 4. So he'll get a couple of yards on the play. 2nd down and goal to go from the 4. Jeremiah's dad, Chris Nader, was a good friend of our oldest son, Jonathan, going to school in Imperial.
That's what I love about Imperial in the school. You know, they got all that history.
Right.
And generations. You know, that's awesome.
Yep. Really enjoyed the small school.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing like that.
2nd down and goal to go from the 4. Tiernan back in shotgun. Hand off Shaw over left side. Shaw gets hit at the 2-yard line. Gets pounded hard right at the 2. And gets stopped right there after a 2-yard gain. It'll be a 3rd and goal from the 2.
That looked like it was going in, but he got popped pretty good. You know, you mentioned the small schools. I still am shocked every time I see Imperial's enrollment at 1370. And by the way, West Hills has got about 300 more kids in it. But, you know, Imperial is not that little school.
No, it is. I think when I was in school, 425 students.
Yeah, exactly. But we're not going to say how long ago that was.
No, that was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, just
not much. Third down and goal to go for the Tigers from the 2-yard line. They'll stay in the diamond formation. Get the snap. Quarterback keeper by Tiernan, and he will not make it. He'll get to the 1 and get a yard out of it, but a 4th down and goal from the 1. So a decision for David Shaw. Do you go for the touchdown from the 1, or do you go into the field goal? And the Tigers are walking over the side. They're going to call timeout and think about this. With 4:19 to go in the first quarter of play, it's West Hills 0 and Imperial 0.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. You'll get advice that you can trust to help you select coverage that's best for you. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Tigers fake the handoff. Tiernan with a pitch to Shaw to the right side. Shaw in for the touchdown. Touchdown Tigers with 4:13 to go in the first quarter, and it's 6-0. Nicely called play and executed.
Excellent execution, like you say, Mickey. Great job by C.J. Tiernan on the pitch after faking the handoff up inside, carried it around the right side, pitch to Shaw, and goes in for the score. Speaking of scores, we saw that Central and Point Loma tied up in the first quarter, 7-7.
7-7. So Gonzalez will come in to attempt the extra point. Tiernan on the hold. Ball is down. Kick is up into the wind, and it is good. With 4:13 to go in the first quarter play, it's the Tigers 7 and the Wolfpack 0.
The Imperial Tiger Football Association was started years ago to help the football team with much-needed equipment and sending the players to special training. Now, through their fundraising efforts from the past and now, the Imperial Tiger Association is proud of what they have accomplished and what they will continue to do in the future. They're always looking for new members. You can call Victor at 760-960-6317. That's 960-6317 if you're interested in helping out. Go Tigers!
Not able to give how many plays that drive was like we usually have, but the press box has been condemned here, so we're sitting at the top of the grandstand using a stool as our table. So not able to give that part. But it was a 1-yard touchdown run by Seth Shaw, and the extra point by Gonzalez, 7-0 Tigers. Gonzalez kickoff at the high one, goes to about the 20-yard line, picked up there, and brought it at the 21, brought down, fumble, and the Tigers going to recover. The Tigers recover at the 23-yard line. Not sure who came up. It's 56. Is it 56? All right.
That's Ethan Reeves.
All right. Ethan Reeves comes up with the fumble recovery, and the Tigers have the ball again deep in West Hills territory at the 23-yard line.
And they're giving us some great opportunities. To see if we can't capitalize once again on the turnover. 4:06 left to go here in the first quarter. Tigers ahead, 7-0.
First and 10 Tigers at the 23-yard line of West Hills. Going left to right, heading into the west side of the stadium. Sun is now set. The lights are on here at the stadium. Now it's really Friday night lights.
There you go.
Diamond formation for the Tigers. Shaw, the deep back. Nader, the back to the right side of Tiernan. I believe it's Zach Ray on the other side. Back to pass. Tiernan looks for the corner. It's going to be either a missed pass or a missed run by the intended receiver, Jesse Nichols. It'll fall incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
he threw for the corner, and he ran the post.
He ran the post, exactly.
So
I was at their practice on Tuesday night, and they were running that exact play, but the runners did go to the post or to the corner side at that time, and it was open too, by the way.
Well, this was open too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was open in the corner.
Yeah.
If they'd have gone for it.
Yeah, but I mean the post was there too.
Right, both of them. You're right.
But he predetermined. He was tossing it to the corner.
He was thinking the corner.
Yeah.
Shaw was saying at running back is the lone running back to the right side of Tiernan. Gets the snap. Hand off Shaw up the middle. Shaw inside the 20-yard line. Will grind it down to the 18 for a gain of 4. Second down and 6.
That was a nice crease on that left side there by the front wall of Imperial. Nice job of blocking on that.
He seems to have good vision on where to go when he sees a little bit of a gap. He seems to have a knack for finding it and going for it. Ran a little bit in the spring, but as a defensive back, he was all lead.
Yeah, he was. I saw a couple games last year in Imperial. He's a tough one.
Yes, he is. He'll be at the right side of Tiernan now in the shotgun. Tiernan's going to carry it himself, takes it up the middle, takes a couple of moves to the right, they get stacked up. It'll be a loss of a yard on the play. So a third down and about 7. I think a third down and 6 for the Tigers, with the ball placed at the 19-yard line. So fourth down and 6 or 7 for the first down. A little bit too far for a field goal try going into the wind. So the Tigers are going to go for it. Shaw will be to the right side of Tiernan. 2 receivers wide right, 1 to the left. Tigers are going to call timeout. Don't like the looks of that one at all. So with 2:25 to go in the first quarter play, it's the Tigers 7 and the Wolfpack 0.
Imperial Valley College is welcoming students back on campus through the fall for an enhanced mix of in-person and online learning and student services. Enrollment is in full swing with classes already in session. Programs will feature an enhanced schedule of in-person labs and hands-on skills training with the option to continue taking a wide range of courses online. Students curious about degrees, available programs, and career paths can learn more by visiting imperial.edu and careered.org.
Start the day off right with your favorite drink from Brick House Coffee, next door to the Brick House Deli. Brick House Coffee has so many drinks to choose from, hot drinks, blend drinks, or cold drinks, including the best tea in the valley with different flavors. Open daily with a convenient drive-thru. And next door, the Brick House Deli with big, bold, fresh flavor. The Valley's premier deli, serving breakfast and lunch. So come visit them both at the Lisa Tucker Center, West 8th Road in Imperial.
Tigers with a fourth down and 6 from the 19 of West Hills. Man in motion going to the far side is Perez. Back to pass Tiernan. Pump fake. Rolls out to his right. Going to try to run it. Going to have nowhere to go. He's going to be stacked up and brought down at the 15-yard line. He'll be just short of the first down by a couple of yards, and West Hills will take over possession from their own 15-yard line, 1st and 10.
Great coverage by the secondary there. Tiernan wisely pulled it down and tried to get whatever he could out of it, but there was nobody open.
Yeah, there was nobody open. That was a well-played defensive play by the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
And they hold the Tigers after the fumble recovery by the Tigers. Ethan Reeves that helped set that up. The Tigers come up empty, and it's the Wolfpack on the prowl. 1st and 10, own 15-yard line, man in motion. Going to get the pitch to the left side. Too much tough field, breaks a couple of tackles, going to be brought down at the 19-yard line.
It was Naylor and Shaw both combining for that tackle.
Penalty flag is down on the play after the 4-yard gain. Face mask against the Tigers. First penalty of the night will go against the Tigers after the 4-yard gain, and then there will be the penalty added onto it.
I'll admit I did not see that. I
did
not see that.
I didn't either.
You know.
But it's going to be brought all the way out to the 34-yard line, giving some breathing room for West Hills. 1st and 10. Braden Oberg at quarterback, goes under center, which he has throughout the game so far. 2 slots and a running back behind him. Man in motion to the near side, handed straight up the middle, and going to get across the 35-yard line out to about the 37. Will be
Wolfgang Horner on the tackle there for the Tigers. Pick up
Green on the carry.
3.
And give him about 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7. Second down and 7 from the 37 for the Wolfpack. 2 wide receivers to the right side, man in motion, fake the handoff. Penalty, you can have some motion, I think, on the offense. See what the call is going to be. Offsides, Tigers. Wow.
That doesn't help.
Okay.
You don't want to give it to them like that.
So 5-yard penalty will bring the ball out to the 42-yard line. And it'll make it 2nd down and 2. So thanks to a couple of penalties, West Hills is out near midfield, getting closer to midfield at their own 42-yard line. Over under center again. Green, the lone running back behind him. Man in motion going to the far side. Maybe outside against the Tigers again. Going to throw over the middle, incomplete. It'll go way too far. That time it did look like outside on Imperial. There was a hard snap count, it sounded like.
It was, and our end on the right side here did definitely jump, but not according to the ref.
So 3rd down and 2. The Tigers might have got away with that one.
Yeah.
Oberg runs to the sideline, gets plays from Casey Ash, who's in his 8th year here at West Hills. 3rd down and 2 from the 42. Oberg goes back in the shotgun for the first time of the game. Man in motion to the near side. Fakes the handoff. Going to carry it himself. He'll get the first down a little more. Out to the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3 and a first down for West Hills.
That was Shaw and Via Campos on the stop for Imperial, but it did result in a first down for West Hills.
So 1st and 10 West Hills from their own 46-yard line. Oberg go back under center. And nothing going on there. Gets stopped after a yard gain is Green. 2nd down and 9.
Naylor on the stop for Imperial.
So Green 4 yards and 2 carries at running back for West Hills. And that'll be the end of the quarter. I was wondering, I didn't see a timeout call, but it's the end of the quarter. So after 1 quarter play here in Santee, it's the Imperial Tigers 7, the West Hills Wolfpack 0.
For over 60 years, the Imperial Quarterback Club has helped different clubs and sports teams at Imperial High School. The money they raise goes a long way, keeping our kids busy with school activities. Their members are parents and community members who care and want to donate their time. If you would like to become a member, please call Betty or Larry at 760-355-1312. That's 355-1312. The Quarterback Club wishes the Imperial Tigers a great season. Go Tigers!
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Starting out 2nd quarter, West Hills was the 2nd down and 9 from their 46. Back to pass Oberg, going to complete it to Conaway. He's going to catch the ball, get across the 50-yard line, tripped up at the Tiger 45, and brought down at the 41 for a first down as West Hills gets into Tiger territory for the first time tonight.
Well, that was Shaw on that shoestring tackle down there. That could have gone for more yardage, but Shaw got a hold of an ankle and brought him down.
Two catches on the night for 15 yards for Conaway. 1st and 10 at the Tiger 42.
He's a good-sized target for a quarterback.
Yes, he is. And knows what to do after he catches the ball, too. Quick pitch out to the left side. Turn on the corner. Gets to the 40, makes the stop. Then gets a couple of more yards as Dylan Snyder on the gain for West Hills. We'll get to the 38-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6.
Diego Ramirez Oliva on the leading on the tackle there for Imperial.
A couple of more scores to interject. Southwest and Vincent tied up at 8-8. Castle Park and Clexco tied at 6, and now a new score is Brawley and Valley Center 0-0 into the second quarter now.
Some good ball games.
Yep, Valley Center, a Division II school. Brawley fumble, and the Tigers. Nope, it's going to be not for a second the way the Tigers are moving. It might have been theirs, but Overton's going to recover his own fumble. And it'll actually will gain a yard on the play. It'll be a 3rd down now and 4 from the 37. And to buckle down for the Tigers, it'll be 4 down territory, but they need to get this drive stopped right here. Third down, long 4 at the 37. Bring the lone running back, man in motion to the near side. Fake the handoff, rolling to his right as Oberg has a man open deep. He's got him open, incomplete, just off the fingertip of the intended receiver, Cohen Benavente. Good coverage by Shaw, but he was open.
Yeah, he was open. He waited a little bit too long to throw it. If he could have popped it a couple seconds earlier, and that would have been a completion. But
West Hills are going to try to get Imperial deep into their territory by punting right now. And Conaway, who has the ability to run, though, look for a fake. I wouldn't be so sure. Deep to receive this, Seth Shaw. He's going to punt it. It's partially blocked, it looked like. A little bit. Went off his foot to the 15-yard line, and the Tigers will get it at the 15. At least that's where it bounces, about the 15. But it went out of bounds at the 18, so the Tigers will have it at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10. 7-0 Tigers, 9:35 to go in the first half of play here in Santee. You're listening to action on KXORadio.com, El Centro, California. Mickey Dale along with Joe Evangelos.
Yeah,
first time calling a game, and I'm enjoying it.
Two evenly matched teams here, it looks like. I think we're in for a good ball game tonight.
I think you're right. Tigers capitalized on one of the turnovers.
Yep.
Other than that, it's been pretty even. 1st and 10 Tigers from the 18. Back to pass Tiernan. Throws it over to the side. Got it completed at the 23-yard line, but then knocked down immediately after catching the ball. And the game, still trying to see who it was that came up with the pass. It was Jesse Nichols. And that'll be his first catch of the season. And it will go for 4 yards.
It was a nice comeback pattern on that, and the quarterback put it right in his gut, right where you want it.
Nice crisp pass from Tiernan.
Yeah, it was. Had some zip on it.
3 wide left this time for the Tigers on a 2nd down and a long 5. Fake the handoff. Tiernan's going to carry it himself behind Nader's block. He's going to get pretty close to the 1st down. I think he's got it at the 29-yard line before getting stacked up by lots of black jerseys.
Yeah, that is a 1st down.
It's going to be a 1st down. Yeah. Gain of 6 by Tiernan. 16 yards on 7 carries from his quarterback position.
He runs well with that football.
Whoa, everybody wasn't ready, and we snapped it. They didn't have the what?
It caught me totally. I have no idea what happened.
The offense was ready. If the defense is not, that's not the offense's fault. And Imperial snapped the ball. They're going to call legal procedure. Wow. Okay.
I don't know.
So 5-yard penalty, they get a 1st and 15, bring it back to the 24-yard line. Chains weren't quite set. I think that was where the issue was. The ball was snapped before the chains got in line.
Well, that's the official's problem, not the kid on the field.
It's true. It's true. They got to get going.
Yeah.
Tigers don't do a huddle offense, so they're ready to go.
Yeah.
Handoff to Nader over left tackle, bangs his way out across the 25 to about the 27, make it the 28, gain of a 4-yard. That'll be a 2nd down and about 11. Nader came from the line last year for the Tigers. Talking to David Shaw, head coach of the Tigers, earlier this week, he said he went to Jeremiah and said, "I'd like to see you carry the ball. How about that?" And Jeremiah said, "Yeah, Coach, I'd like to try." And he's looked good so far for as little experiences he has. Back to pass, Tiernan. Goes to the right side as a receiver, completes a nice catch at the 35-yard line. Does a great job of bringing it down.
He went up for that Nichols excellent.
Right, Nichols, good job.
The ball was well placed over to his outside. With the defensive back on the receiver's back, so he had him walled off, and the ball was right there. He climbed the ladder to get that thing.
Sure did.
Beautiful.
8-yard gain on that one to Nichols, so now it's a 3rd down, a very manageable 3 for Imperial at the 36-yard line. That's when you need to teach your center that when they jump like that, you snap it no matter what.
Exactly.
Get a free play out of it. Tigers taking their time on the snap, and it's a Nader over left side, and Nader going to get tripped up after a 2-yard gain, but a 4th and 2 coming up, and the Tigers will have to punt.
Yeah.
So Gonzalez will come in to punt. He'll have the wind to his back. Let's see if he can air one out here. All-league punter from the spring for Imperial. Junior punter. He was a wide receiver also and found a niche kicking, and he came to Coach Shaw, or one of the players, I think, and said, "Hey, Ethan can kick the ball." So he asked him, he said, "Yeah, I can kick it," and then he started kicking like that. This is going to be end over end down to the 25-yard line, and fair catch there. That's where the West Hills will get it, and penalty flag goes down. The flag was about 10 yards behind the catch.
Yeah.
So not sure what this is going to be called.
That was the weakest fair catch.
Oh, yeah.
In
fact, that was way
above your head. The guy had it in his waist.
You know, and that might be what the call was, because it really wasn't going to go against illegal block in the back against West Hill.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring you back from the 25 and back them up to the wall, to the east end of this stadium. It'll put it all the way back to the 15-yard line.
That's a real break for Imperial, because especially when the kid's fair catching it, there's no real run back threat, so no need to attempt a block.
No, you're right. You're right. So 1st and 10 for West Hills. They're on 15-yard line. Going toward the west end of this east-west stadium. Fake the pitch, rolling to his left is Oberg. Throws incomplete, goes in and out of the hands of Green at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 from the 15.
Yeah, that was a little bit hot to handle there, but it hit him right in his hands. Yeah, here we got some scores. Calexico has moved ahead of Castle Park 13-6.
Yeah.
Looks like still in the first quarter, if not the end of that. Brawley and Valley Center still tied. Castle Park and Calexico still tied at 6. Southwest and Vincent also early on, 8-8.
Still in the first quarter. Maybe in the second quarter by now.
Yeah.
But Calexico up on Castle Park. That's nice to see.
Yeah, excellent.
Back to pass Oberg. Steps up. Gets hit as he throws it, and it's going to go way over the intended receiver. He was hit just as he launched it, and I think that's what sent it over the intended receiver, Dylan Snyder, at the 35-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd down and 10 from the 15.
Snyder puts great pressure on the quarterback. Yeah. It's hard to complete a pass with a guy bearing down on you like that. Did a great job.
And coming up from the blind side, too.
Exactly.
Just don't know that guy's coming up.
Yeah.
So Oberg runs to the sideline, gets the play, runs back out. So it seems that the play calling, instead of changing a player, it's the quarterback. So he gets a lot of running in it tonight. 3 wide right this time for West Hills, 1 to the left. Over again the shotgun, gets the snap. Sets up, throws out in the flat, incomplete. It was intended for Dylan Snyder, will fall incomplete, and it will be a 4th down and punt situation coming up for West Hills.
Yeah, they tried that little bubble pass that they had completed earlier in the ball game for a good yardage, but it just didn't connect on that one.
And, maybe the pressure the Tiger defense is getting the quarterback. He's releasing a little quicker because he was open. The receiver was open. Seth Shaw will be deep to receive. He'll be standing back at the 45-yard line of West Hills. Conaway punting will be inside the 5-yard line for the Wolfpack. Low punt. It's going to hit a player. The Tigers are going to get it at the 20-yard line and then go inside the 20 to the 18.
That was Bishop on that pressure. Did he get a hand on that?
I think he did. I think he did. It was a block, and then Joe Villacampos picked it up and got an extra 5 yards out of it, getting inside the 20-yard line to about the 18, and the Tigers have the ball 1st and 10 at the West Hills 18-yard line.
Like you said, Mickey, I think our defensive line is having their way right now
they are.
with the offensive front from West Hills. So
West Hills just doesn't know how to handle it right now. We'll see in time whether they figure out what to do. Tigers are the 1st and 10, great field position at the West Hills 18. Kiernan, the quarterback, has Naylor to his right side. He's in the shotgun. And in motion, going to the far side. It'll be a quick pitch forward. Fumbled and picked up. And it's going to... Andrew Hendricks.
Yeah.
And he was not able to get the pitch. Then he went back and covered the ball. It'll bring it all the way back, though, to the 28-yard line. Now they got to call that incomplete pass because it was a forward pitch.
Well,
I know we're old school, but they call that a pass and it went incomplete.
Yeah.
So I know.
But was it forward though?
Yeah. He pitched it forward, 2-hand pitch forward, so it's a pass technically. 2nd down and 10 from the 18.
They did.
2nd down and 10. Tiernan, back to pass it. Gets a lot of pressure, gets away from several. Still on his feet, though, and he's going to get a couple of yards. Penalty flag goes down. May see this go against the Tigers, maybe a hold against Imperial. Tiernan gets down to the 15 and gets up hobbling on a right shoulder. Don't want to see that. I'm thinking maybe see an illegal block or a hold on the Tigers on this one. It's going to be a hold against Imperial.
Yeah, Imperial. He was running for his life after he avoided.
Sure didn't like to see him get up, though, and holding his shoulder a little bit low on the right side.
Yeah, he's
the right-handed thrower, and he runs to the sideline, still trying to shake his arm out.
Yeah.
So the penalty on the hold will bring it back to the 28-yard line. But a 2nd down now and about 20 to go for Imperial.
We need to get out there and run a play here because of the clock. The play clock.
It's taken a lot of time since they set the line right. Tigers are set now. Tiernan stays in the game. Nader to his left side. Tiernan's still taking his time. They need to rush a little bit. Gets the snap off. Back to pass. Sets up. Looks over the middle. Tipped and intercepted by Conaway at the 15-yard line. Conaway's out to the 20 to the 25. Still on his feet to the 40-yard line. Still on his feet to the 50, to the 40. And Tiernan can't bring it down. Conaway fumbles the ball, but he goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line after the tip pass goes into the hands of Conaway. And he brings it all the way back to the Tiger 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for West Hill. Wow. So 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack at 21. They've got new life now after that tipped pass. Pass looked pretty good, but it bounced off the receiver and the defender and went into the hands of Conaway, and then he took off running, and the Tigers just couldn't get him.
Yeah. They had several shots at him, but he wasn't going down. Great tip drill right there.
The chain gang still hadn't got everybody in line yet. Yeah. Back to pass is over. Goes out the flat, incomplete. Was intended. Let's go! Get in the game! intended for Jake Martington. Ball incomplete. So second down and 10 coming up.
Alan Suela over there on the defense for the Tigers, but that ball was way overthrown.
Way overthrown, yeah.
And
way overthrown. From the 21-yard line, second down and 10 for the Wolfpack. Obert has Green behind him. He'll go under center. He has two slots on each side and two wide receivers on each side. Man in motion to the near side and gets the pitch. Tigers are going to hit him behind the line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line. Coming up with a big play defensively for Imperial.
That's Moreno. Excellent job.
Pablo Moreno jumps up there quick.
Sniff that out.
A loss of 5 on the play. So a third down now and 15 from the 26. Yeah, that pitch didn't pick anybody out on that side of the defense.
No.
The Tigers did it.
In fact, it's a predetermined play. You can tell because the kid's not reading the defense. He would have better off just keep it, the quarterback, on that. Right. He pitched it, and we were right there.
Obert rolls out to his left, looks downfield, going to pass it into the end zone as a receiver. Out of bounds, though. He catches the ball, but he's out of bounds. Just a little bit, probably a yard out of bounds. The ball's incomplete. And it will be a fourth down and 15.
Yeah. That was a great throw.
It was a terrific, right on the money.
Yeah.
He just happened to be out of bounds when he caught the ball.
Yeah.
So fourth down and 15 for the Wolfpack. And they're going to go for it from there. And as we mentioned, there's a bit of a breeze that's blowing out of the west. So if they had a kicker that could kick long, they'd be going straight into a pretty brisk wind. Mm-hmm. So they're going to go for it on 4th and 15 at the 26-yard line. 3 wide left, 1 to the right this time. Oberg will go back into the shotgun with Green to his right side. It's the snap. Penalty flag goes down.
Yeah.
Penalty flag, offside Tigers. That's twice now that they've been called for offside. That'll give 5 yards and make things a little easier for West Hill. It'll now make it a 4th down and 10 from the 21.
4:30 left to go here in the first half, so we got to hang on here, boys. We need a play.
West Hills will receive the ball in the second half. But you're right, the Tigers need to hold on to this lead. At least go into the half with the lead. 4th down and 10 from the 21. 7-0 Tigers. 4:30 to go first half. Over's going to come back and talk to Conaway, bring it from the left side over to the right side. That's his leading receiver. Over gets the snap, rolls out to his right, looks for Conaway downfield, throws it. Incomplete, throws it way over his head at the 10-yard line, and the Tigers defense holds, and it'll be 1st and 10 Tigers from the 21-yard line. That's 6 incompletions in a row for Oberg, by the way.
Wake up! Yeah, the receiver ran a good pattern. Again, the defensive back off, turned, and the ball was just way overthrown or to the wide side, too.
You're right. He was there.
Yeah.
The play was there. The pass was up. And again, like we mentioned before, though, the Tigers defense has been putting so much pressure on Oberg is he having to deliver too quick. Yeah. He's not comfortable with delivering against 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 21. Tiernan stays in the lineup. Good to see that. Seth Shaw comes back in the backfield. He'll be to the right side of Tiernan at the lone running back spot. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tiernan gets the snap, hands it off to Shaw up the middle. Shaw's going to get some yardage across the 25 out to about the 26-yard line. Good for a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5.
Brandon Wilson made the stop for West Hills, but not until Shaw picked up 5 yards. It was a nice gain.
18 yards on 5 carries and a touchdown for Seth Shaw tonight. And he does. It seems like when he finds a little bit of a crack, he can get in there really quick. And we saw that over the left side of the offensive line for the Tigers on that play. And a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5. Tiernan stays in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Fakes the handoff. Throws it over the middle. Going to complete it at the 30-yard line. 1st down. Out across the 35-yard line. Completes down onto Forjes on the play. Penalty flag goes down again at the 31-yard line. So we'll see whether that counts and goes out to 37. Nope, ineligible receiver downfield. They're going to bring it back against the Tigers. So
I didn't see who drifted downfield.
Yeah, I didn't either. It was such a quick pass.
It was a quick pass, yeah.
Finley will bring it back to the 21-yard line, make it a 2nd down and 10. Tigers will go to the sideline a little bit to call this play, not quite into a huddle. But they get the call from the sidelines. And back now out of the position. Tiernan, the quarterback. Shaw to his right side. He'll stay in the shotgun. Tiernan looks over the defense. Takes the snap. Back to pass. Throws it over the middle. Incomplete. Pass is intended for Dominic Suarez. But just a little bit hurried that time. It'll be a 3rd down and 10.
We got a little bit of our own medicine on that one.
Yeah.
Good pressure by the defense front
exactly.
there.
Yep. Give props. And good defensive back pressure on the intended receiver, too. Just running right along with him. So 3rd down and 10 for the Tigers from the 21. 3:19 to go in the first half. Imperial holding on to a 7-0 lead. And their opening game of the 21 season will be at home next week with Cibola of Somerton coming into town. The Raiders. You're going to say, we haven't seen him in a couple of years. We haven't seen anybody in a couple of years.
Yeah.
3rd down and 10 for Imperial. Back to pass Tiernan. Can throw it out on the flat on the far side. Incomplete. Goes right straight through the hands of the intended receiver, Jesse Nichols.
Yeah.
And the Tigers are going to have to punt deep in their own territory at their own 20-yard line. Tiernan has completed 3 now of 10 passes for 22 yards and the 1 interception so far in the game.
We need to get a good long punt here and get him pinned down here deep so we can finish out this half.
Gonzalez in the punt, has the wind to his back. Benavente deep to receive. He's at his own 45-yard line. Good snap back. And a good end-over-end punt. Benavente will catch it at the 43-yard and brings out to 50. Makes the cut at the 45-yard line to the 40-yard line. Still on his feet to 35 to the 30. Still on his feet. Finally driven out of bounds. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage. Penalty flag goes down afterwards. That may go against the Tigers on a late hit. So may see a late hit on Imperial just where the flag is thrown. So we'll see.
That was an excellent run back.
It was. Very good.
Had a nice little wall set up there on the left side and outran the defense.
It's going to be a penalty going against West Hill at the end of that play. So they're going to bring it back from that 22. And
what was the signal on that?
I could not see. He had already put the signal down when I looked. Be a 10-yard or something and a holding call back there then. So they'll put it back to the 32-yard line. But West Hill is great field position with 3 minutes to go in the half. Trailing by 7, 1st and 10 at the Tiger 32. Holbert says something to Conaway and then goes under center. Conaway looks at his wrist for the play. He anticipates a lot of room out there to throw to him. Holbert's going to quick pitch it to the right side. Tigers are going to stop it up. He'll get nowhere. And the running back on the play will get no gain. In fact, a loss on the play to Frederick Robotham.
Naylor
and it will be a loss of 2 on that one.
Naylor, great penetration on that play, forced the running back to cut back to the inside, and no gain. Actually lost about a yard on that play.
Clock continues to roll. 2:30 remaining. First half. Tigers 7. Wolfpack 0. But a 2nd down and about 12, close to 12 from the 34-yard line. Oberg under center, has Green straight behind him. Man in motion to the near side. Take it up the middle. Back to pass Oberg. Going to look for a receiver in the middle. Overthrows the intended receiver. It was intended for Dylan Snyder and will fall incomplete. Snyder with a touchdown reception last week, but it's a 3rd down now and 12.
Good coverage by Devin Mesa on that play.
That is 7 incompletions after 2 completions in a row to start the game for Oberg. Stops the clock with 2:10 remaining in the first half. He'll recap the stats of this first half and the scoring. There's been very little. Pretty defensive contest so far tonight. Oberg goes back to the shotgun. Sets up, looks right, throws left. Incomplete. Overthrows his intended receiver, Dylan Snyder. That stops the clock with 2:06 and a 4th down and 12 coming up.
They were lucky that thing didn't get picked off and go to the house.
It was way open.
Yeah.
Yep. And way overthrown.
Yes.
It wasn't even close to being completed. So Oberg comes to the sideline. Talks to head coach Casey Ash and then heads back down. 4th down and 12 for the Wolfpack at the Tiger 34. 2:06 left first half. 2 wide receivers go to the east side of the field. Man goes in motion. Snyder back to pass is Oberg. Going to complete it to Conaway at the 30. Going to be hit at the 27. Dives to the 26, but it's not going to be enough. And the Tigers defense holds, and the Tigers will take over possession 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line. So about 8.
That was a great defensive stand by Imperial there to keep them out of the end zone.
It really was.
First half.
It really was. Now the Tigers have 1:59 to try to either add to the score or at least keep it the same at 7-0 lead. In their first outing of the year, as we mentioned, this is the second game for West Hills. They crushed Kearney last week 55-0. Tiernan, a quarterback, gets the ball, runs to the right, designed quarterback keeper. He's not going to get much. Kind of running some of the clock up is kind of what it looked like, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be a loss on the play inside the 25 to the 23, so a loss of 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
He ran about 40 yards, but it was straight to the sideline, and
it was lateral.
Not lateral, actually. Yeah. Like you said, lost about 2.5 or so. But
you're set up in their diamond formation. That's Tiernan in a shotgun, running backs to each side of him, and then one behind him. If you can picture that. 1:11, and the Tigers taking their time to snap this one off. Tiernan looking at the defense, finally sets the offense. Gets the snap, hands it over left tackle, right tackle, that is. It's going to go to Naylor, and Naylor's going to get out to the 29. So get a little bit of yardage on that. Gained about 6 yards on the play. And then timeout will be called on the field by West Hills with 53 seconds remaining in the first half. It's the Tigers 7 and the Wolfpack 0.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. You'll get advice that you can trust to help you select coverage that's best for you. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
8 Express in Imperial is your one-stop convenience store with full-service car wash, gas, and diesel. It's the place for all your snacks, cold drinks, and ice-cold beer. And if you're throwing a party, kegs, wine, and champagne. Everything you need at one convenient location. While you're there, get your vehicle washed and save $1 with 8 gallons of gas or diesel and get the 10th car wash free. Yes, 8 Express is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Highway 86 and 8 Road in Imperial.
Tigers with a 3rd down now and about 7 to go for a 1st down. 53 seconds to go in the first half. They get to Nader. Tiernan's going to pitch it out to Shaw on the right side. Shaw gets the 1st down and then some. Runs out of bounds. The probably wanted to stay inbounds at that point. So it goes out of bounds to the 38-yard line and a 1st down for Imperial after a gain of 9. Good play.
Excellent play. good job on the execution there on that option, if you want to call it that. I guess it's kind of a predetermined pitch, but pitched just at the right time, and Shaw did some good work after he got the ball.
44 seconds on the clock. First and 10 Tigers from their own 38. And off Naylor. Naylor over left tackle. Going to get to the line of scrimmage, get a couple, make it 3 more, get a 5-yard gain out of it. It'll be a 2nd down and 5 coming up. Looks like he's getting a little more comfortable carrying the football.
Exactly. He's just going to get better each game.
I think he is.
You can just see he's actually running a little better in this game. You know, you can see from the beginning.
You're right.
A little bit lower. You know, he's not as high.
Not sure if the Tigers are going to get another play off with 15 seconds to go remaining in the first half. I don't think that they will need to, so they're going to call it at the half.
Yeah.
So at halftime, the Tigers, in their first game of the season, come up to West Hills and Santee, and at halftime will lead by a score of 7-0. And we'll continue with our halftime show and recap the stats in just a moment.
The Imperial Tiger Football Association was started years ago to help the football team with much-needed equipment and sending the players to special training. Now, through their fundraising efforts from the past and now, the Imperial Tiger Association is proud of what they have accomplished and what they will continue to do in the future. They're always looking for new members. You can call Victor at 760-960-6317. That's 960-6317 if you're interested in helping out. Go Tigers!
When it comes to great Mexican food, El Zarate Restaurant in Imperial should be number 1 because they do it right. From special quesadillas to 17 different burritos, not including 8 different breakfast burritos. Yeah, they have one you will love. The food is great, the service even better. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at El Zarate, still offering curbside service. Call 760-355-4435. El Zarate Restaurant in Imperial.
Imperial Valley College is welcoming students back on campus for the fall for an enhanced mix of in-person and online learning and student services. Enrollment is in full swing with classes already in session. Programs will feature an enhanced schedule of in-person labs and hands-on skills training with the option to continue taking a wide range of courses online. Students curious about degrees, available programs, and career paths can learn more by visiting imperial.edu and careered.org.
We have to stand up for a moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to apologize for some of the language we have in the background. We're having to sit in the grandstand. The press box has been condemned, and so there was no place in the inn for us, so we had to use some of the chairs that are at the top of the grandstand, using a stool for a table and a folding chair for our flipjack. But hey, we're making it.
Hey, you're doing
halftime. Tigers leading at 7-0. Score team with 9:13 to go in the first quarter, as Seth Shaw scored from a yard out. The extra point by Ethan Gonzalez was good. That's our halftime score, too, by the way, of 7-0. Statistically, Kiernan has completed 3 of 10 passes for 22 yards. There was, 2 completed to Alejandro Perez for 14 yards, and then 1 for 8 yards, or actually 2 of them to Jesse Nichols, and then 1 to Alejandro Perez. And then there was the 1 interception that was returned a long ways, but it didn't hurt the Tigers in the long run. And then in the rushing department, Tiernan, 9 carries, 16 yards. Jeremiah Naylor, 7 carries, 22 yards. And Seth Shaw, 6 carries and 27 yards and the touchdown. The 22 yards passing for the Tigers, 65 rushing, 87 is their total offense. For West Hills, their quarterback, Braden Oberg, has completed 3 of 10 passes as well for 22 yards. And in rushing, they have a net of 0.
Wow.
Oberg minus 10, Rothbottom minus 2, and then 4 yards for Nathaniel Green on 2 carries, 8 yards on 2 carries for Dylan Snyder. So 22 yards of offense for West Hills against 87 for Imperial. So for a first game outing, the Tigers have had some sparks on offense, but defensively they played really, really well.
It's been a great job by Imperial. Like you say, for the first game, you expect your defense to be a little bit ahead of your offense, but we've shown spurts on offense, but our defense is definitely carrying us so far here.
And, even though you're coming into a game that you don't know a whole lot about the opposition, the Tigers defense didn't think about that 55-0 whitewash of Kearney last week and get intimidated at all. They come out and they played a good game.
Exactly. They have been the more physical of the two teams out here so far tonight, and very encouraging. I'm sure the coaching staff is pleased with the efforts from the first half.
Yep, I agree, both offensively with the lead and defensively in the shutout. The West Hills marching band out on the field right now. Good crowd on the West Hills side, and quite a few came up from Imperial Valley to cheer on the Tigers on the far side. So you always like seeing that. So we're at halftime here at West Hills. The Imperial Tigers leading the Wolfpack of West Hills by a score of 7-0. And we'll be back to look at scores of other teams around the valley in just a moment.
Start the day off right with your favorite drinks from Brick House Coffee, next door to the Brick House Deli. Brick House Coffee has so many drinks to choose from: hot drinks, blend drinks, or cold drinks, including the best tea in the valley with different flavors. Open daily with a convenient drive-thru. And next door, the Brick House Deli with big, bold, fresh flavor. The valley's premier deli, serving breakfast and lunch. So come visit them both at Felisa Tucker Center on West 8th Road in Imperial.
For over 60 years, the Imperial Quarterback Club has helped different clubs and sports teams at Imperial High School. The money they raise goes a long way, keeping our kids busy with school activities. Their members are parents and community members who care and want to donate their time. If you would like to become a member, please call Betty or Larry at 760-355-1312. That's 355-1312. The Quarterback Club wishes the Imperial Tigers a great season. Go Tigers!
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Here in West Santee, the West Hills Wolfpack hosting the Imperial Tigers. The Tigers leading at 7-0 at the half. Joe, how about some updates to other games?
Yeah, we've got the Kxo Bulldogs ahead of Castle Park, 27-6. It looks like it's still maybe towards the end of the first half, I'm sure, by now. Down in San Diego, Point Loma is ahead of Central 21-10 in the late in the second quarter. And Valley Center, also late in the second quarter, is 3-0 over Brawley. And then that's
Mountain Empire.
That's Holtville. It's Mountain Empire 7, Holtville 0 in the second quarter down here at in Pine Valley. So those are some scores, and also the update for the Southwest game. They are still tied with Vincent, both 8-8 at the halftime. The Southwest and Vincent tied up at 8.
And the Valley Center Brawley game now at the half. So that's just to the north of us. Have you ever been to Valley Center?
I have. Actually, not. I should say I've been to Valley Center, but not to their school. Okay. So I remember going up there when that school was first being built, and just kind of driving by and seeing that what. It warmed my heart to see the first thing they put in was their football field. I love it.
You always look for the football field.
Anyway, when they did, that's been a very successful program over the years. Valley Center, they've done very well for still a relatively new school.
Right. Rob Gilster's been up there.
Yes.
He's done such a tremendous job up there. And what a picturesque field when you go to it, because you look kind of toward the southeast, and then there's some vineyards over to the right. And if you can peek out the window of the press box, you can see the sun setting.
Oh, boy.
It's really gorgeous, really pretty up there. And the people always treat us very well when we go to Valley Center. And we'll see them coming to Imperial here in a couple of weeks. We have Cibola next week, and then Valley Center will be coming into town. So, and the Tigers have never beaten them, the Jaguars. There's a couple of times they had them. Last time we were there, I think, Tigers had them. And then a late fumble, and it turned things around. We ended up losing by 2 points or 3 points. But, yeah, they've got a great program up there. Back to you. We were talking about it a little bit tonight. How did you get started in your coaching career?
Well, just, that's what I always wanted to do. In college, I prepared myself to be a coach and graduated from a college up in North Dakota. We were living up there at the time. My parents, actually, they moved away. My dad was a pilot for the Border Patrol. Well, he was got stationed back to El Centro, but I stayed up in North Dakota and went to college.
Okay.
And got my degree up there and started coaching as soon as I graduated from college. I came back to the Imperial Valley. My first job was at Kxo High School, and then went to Rubidoux High School in Riverside with a former person you may have recognized, his name Joe Insero.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be a coach at Central and a coach at Kxo way back. And I went with Joe and his staff up there at Rubidoux High School for a couple of years and went over to Los Alamitos High School in Orange County.
Oh,
excellent program.
Yeah, still an excellent program.
Yeah, they're one of the tops in the state right now, ranked in the top 10 in high school. And then went from Los Alamitos, went to my first head coaching job was at Kxo in '74. Had a great experience there, and then on to Central. Was at Central High School for 20 years, and then when Southwest became a school, half the district, we split and went over to Southwest, and was there for 12 years, and had a great time, and retired after 39 years, and then went back as an athletic director. There was a couple of situations that opened up. I went back to, in fact, your principal right now at Imperial High School, Joe Apodaca, was the athletic director down at Kxo, and he left that position, and it's just funny because I was actually substituting as a vice principal at Imperial High School.
Oh,
when
really?
all that evolved, and anyway, so it's a lot of history there. But I went down to Kxo.
Full circle.
Yeah, for sure. Went back for 3 years as athletic director. Had a great time down there, and then had another stint back at the school where I was at for my end of my regular career, if you want to call it, where I was principal at Southwest. Great, beloved, and I know you know this gentleman very well, Mickey Carter.
Oh yeah.
God rest his soul. When he came down with cancer and couldn't come back to work, and so they asked me to come back, and I had a couple of years at Southwest as athletic director. And so as soon as that ended, I became the president of our conference, the Southeastern Conference, which is basically the 9 schools in the Imperial County, 9 high schools, including Palo Verde Valley, of course, and have been serving in that capacity for, I think this is my 4th or 5th year.
Okay.
Serving with that. It's really enjoyable to be the liaison between the Valley schools and the CIF office, and it's been very rewarding. I've enjoyed it a lot.
Well, it's good that we get a voice, because for years it seemed like our voice was kind of quiet and we didn't get a lot of attention from San Diego.
Yeah.
So it's nice that we have that. So we appreciate that from you.
It's
You mentioned
great.
Rubidoux High School, bring it full circle again. Pat McGee was head coach at Imperial for many years back in the 70s, and he went to Rubidoux when he left Imperial.
Yeah.
That's where he was at for a few years. And he was a good man. He passed away of cancer also a few years ago.
Yeah, he was my first year as a head coach at Kxo.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was the head coach at Imperial.
Imperial, right?
And that was my first game as a head coach, and we had a great season. But we started out with a 6-0 loss against the Tigers at Kxo.
Yeah.
But I remember Pat McGee quite well. Imperial has had some excellent folks in there as a head coach, as they have currently with David Shaw. So very fortunate to have such great head coaches in the history of Imperial High School.
Yep. And great to see David get the opportunity to be the head coach at Imperial.
Absolutely.
He went to Imperial. He grew up in Imperial, in fact, right around the corner from us. We watched him grow up, and his mom, Patricia's married to George Gerhalo, who does the games with me. George's not able to make it this week. Well, his wife, David Anthony he likes calling him. That's his stepson. So
Okay.
that brings a little. And then Seth Shaw, that's running. That's David's son. And it's just nice to see young people. And I say young people, David, because he's younger than me. But to watch them grow up and do so well.
Yeah.
He's the principal down at Bill Young Middle School, I think, in Calipatria, and then head coach with Imperial. And it's just, I'm glad he's got the opportunity to head coach at Imperial.
I remember when he was a young man in high school at Imperial. He's quite an athlete in his own right. In tree sports, he was something to watch with his handicap, if you will. I don't think it's ever was
never
a
has
handicap.
been with him. No, he was born that way with one arm shorter, and he has never let that slow him down.
No, he sure hasn't. He always reminded me of that Abbott, the kid from Michigan, and then, of course the
Jim Abbott
with the Angels and a couple other major league teams.
I got to interview him one time up when he was playing with the Angels up in Palm Springs, and the whole time I'm interviewing, he's looking over his shoulder like there's somebody. And I asked him, I said, "Why do you keep looking over your shoulder?" And he said, "Bert Blylev is around here somewhere to throw a pie or something at me," which he never did, but he got his goat that he couldn't concentrate on what he was talking about. But he was a really nice young man, and it turned out to be a really good interview.
Yes, I'm sure.
West Hills just came back on the field. That was the cheering that you heard. They're on the near side. That's where we're at the top of their grandstand. They're in all black uniforms, or very, very dark blue, if you say. And the Tigers in their all white uniforms with red helmets. And as we mentioned, two-tone blue. It's a dark blue and powder blue every 5 yards on this field. So two-tone turf. And from here on out, I think we see nothing but green turf. There we go. Thankfully. I'm old school like you too.
Really.
So Ethan Gonzalez will be kicking off for the Tigers. Deep to receive will be Green on the far side. Looks like Snyder on the near side. 7-0 Tigers. Opening kickoff here of the second half on KXORadio.com, El Centro, California. Soccer-style kick will drive Snyder all the way back to the 3. Fumbles the ball, picks it up at the 1. He gets out to the 10, tripped up at the 13. Tigers defense gets down there very quickly. He might have been better off letting the ball go into the end zone on that.
Yeah.
But West Hills will have the ball first and 10. They'll be at their own, it's like 12 or 13-yard line. They haven't quite put the ball down yet.
Yeah, it was a great break for us when he fumbled the kickoff and rolled. I thought it was going to be in the end zone.
Yeah.
But I guess if you did have possession, you can, even though it wouldn't be end zone, I think you could still come back out.
If you fumble it out, then you can bring it out. But I think if you had let it go, it probably would have gone through.
Yeah, I think so. And he probably wishes he would have.
Yeah, I'm sure in second thought. From the 12-yard line, first and 10, West Hills, man goes in motion. Oberg hands it up the middle. Going to get stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Will gain a yard on the play, nothing more than that.
That was a tough yard.
It was a tough yard. He got hit by about every defensive player for the Tigers.
Exactly. Great wall there for Imperial.
Robotham was the carrier on that to get a yard.
We'll give him 1 yard.
Yeah, just to be nice after all that.
Yeah.
Yep, more than that, many bruises. So second down and 9 from the 13 for West Hills. Initial drive of the second half.
Go up there.
Oberg under center once again. Then gets up, looks over to the sideline. It's an audible call perhaps. It goes back under center. Has a man in motion in Snyder. Fakes the pitch to Snyder, back to pass. Rolls out to his right. Gets away from one Tiger. Gets away from a second. The third one's going to bring it down, but he'll get out to about the 20-yard line. Penalty flag goes down. May see a late hit or maybe a base mask possibly. Hard to tell with the players from West Hills between our view of the end of the play, but it is going to go against Imperial. It's kind of hurt. You get a tackle, it'd make a 3rd and 3, and that's going to give him a first down and give him some extra room out across the 30-yard line to about the 36. So penalties have certainly not helped the Tigers tonight. And the way that the Imperial kids were getting up, they were guilty.
Yeah.
They weren't arguing it at all. I think they were guilty on it. First and 10 from the 36 for West Hills. Back in the shotgun is Oberg now. Has Green to his left side. 2 wides to each end. Back to pass. Goes a short one to Conaway. to the 40-yard line to the bubble screen, picks up some block to the 50-yard line, to the 40s on a long run. Shaw going to get to him. He's going to run past him, and he'll go all the way for the touchdown on a bubble screen from the 36-yard line. It'll be 64 yards for the touchdown.
I didn't think he could run that fast. He has very long strides, but he covers a lot of ground with those strides.
Sure does.
And he went all the way.
Picked up some good blocks right there at midfield too.
Yeah.
Almost like a fence.
It was a fence out there. Absolutely. It looked like a punt return.
Right. It did.
After he got going.
So coming in for the extra point attempt is Danny Hermes. 5 of 6 on PATs last week. Ball is down. The kick is up, and it is good. With 10:20 to go in the third quarter play, we're tied at 7-7. Imperial and West Hills.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. You'll get advice that you can trust to help you select coverage that's best for you. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
64-yard touchdown pass from Oberg to Conaway. And the extra point by Hermes. And it's a 7-7 ball game now with 10:20 to go in the third quarter play.
That'll fatten up that stats for the quarterback. He threw it about 2 yards, and the kid ran.
Exactly, 64 yards on a 2-yard bubble pass.
It was a great play by him, and well executed. You got to give him credit for it.
I really do. So Hermes will be kicking off. Deep to receive will be Shaw on one side. And it's going to be a short one. And bobbled around. Shaw will take it. He'll get to the 30-yard line to the 35. We'll drop down to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, right there.
So made lemonade out of lemons on that one, because that could have got ugly.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 Tigers. The ball will be thrown 36-yard line. Game score tied now at 7 after the long pass for the Wolfpack. Get those linemen for the Tigers again have done a pretty good job keeping defenders away from Tiernan. You got Diego Valencia at left tackle, Wolfgang Horner at left guard, Andres Castellum at center, Ethan Reeves at right guard, and Aiden Shields at the right tackle position. They'll go back into handing it off to Nader. Looks like Nader might have been able to get a bit more, but stumbled and fell at the 39-yard line, but against 3. Be a second down at 7. Want to welcome Lee Elder, listening in from Talmadge, Ohio. He's our East Coast representative. He texts us ideas now and again. So we welcome you back, Lee, for another season of Tiger football.
I tell you what, I apologize to Lee. I didn't appreciate him as much as I should have when he was here. But he did an excellent job at the Ivy Press.
He really did. Sports editor for many years.
Yeah, he did a nice job.
Handout's going to go up the middle, and his first carry tonight, Francisco Lopez gets the carry. I believe it was. No, it's not. It'll be number 29 instead, and that'll be Zach Ray will get the carry. And he'll get credited with 2 yards on his first carry. So the Tigers facing a 3rd down and 4, just shy of their 42-yard line. Straight in front of our vantage position here at the top of the West Hills grandstand. 3rd and 4. Tiernan taking his time, gets the snap, back to pass, sets up in a pocket, throws it, has a receiver, overthrows the intended receiver, Jesse Nichols, and the Tigers will have the punt going 3 and out.
Benavente was there on the defense for the Wolfpack, but It was a little high for Nichols.
If the pass is there, it's first down.
Yep.
It's right around the 50-yard line.
Absolutely.
Couldn't bring it in. So Gonzalez will be back out to punt. And Avente will be deep to receive. He'll be at the 20-yard line to receive this one. Good snap back. Gonzalez gets it off. Pretty good punt. And Avente's going to go up. He's going to catch it on the run, and they get hammered hard to 33 and brought down to that point. Wow, that was a collision there at the 33. The Tigers picking it slowly on the play. So we'll make it to the sideline.
Can't see who that was.
Raul Gomez, and man, tell you what, he knocked the running back.
Yeah.
So he gave more of the hit. So at the 32-yard line, that's where West Hills will have the ball first and 10.
That was a fairly low punt. The kid caught it on the dead run.
Yeah, and that was a scary catch.
Yeah.
Taking chances right there.
Yeah.
8:31 to go in the third quarter. 7-7 game, West Hills and Imperial. First and 10, Wolfpack from the 32. And goes in motion. Snyder gets the pitch around the left side. Snyder turns upfield, breaks one tackle, gets across the 35 to the 37. Right at the 37-yard line. There'll be a gain of 5. Second and 5 coming up. $13 yards on 3 carries in the game for Snyder. Second down and 5. Oberg goes down under center and then comes up, looks to the sideline, changes the play somewhat, gets back under center. And in motion, Snyder. Pitch again to Snyder on the left side. This time Tigers are waiting for him, and he goes down in a loss. He won't reach the 35-yard line. They might credit him to the 35, but it was going to be a loss of a couple. And a third down and 7 coming up.
Pablo Moreno made the stop over there on that far side for the Tigers. Loss of a couple. Would have got 7:20 left to go here in the third quarter.
7-7 ball game. Halfway through this third quarter of play. Just a little more than halfway to go. Third down and 7. Ball right at the West Hills 35-yard line. Snyder again goes in motion. Oberg under center. Goes back to pass. Sets up. Goes to the far side. Going to complete the ball 40-yard line. Getting the first down is Snyder to the 43-yard line. The first down. Be an 8-yard gain on the completion.
Philip Castro on the stop for Imperial. That was a great timing pattern. Just enough for the first down.
94 yards passing now, thanks to the 64-yard touchdown run. The 94 yards, so approaching 100 yards on the game for Oberg. He's completed both passes here in the second half. First and 10, Wolfpack from their own 43. Green moves to the left side of Oberg, who goes back into the shotgun formation. Snyder in motion, fakes the handoff, run up the middle by Oberg. He's going to be hit, knocked down just shy of the 45-yard line. They're going to credit him for the 45 and a gain of 2. Second down and 8.
That's cool.
So Oberg for 12 yards now and 6 carries. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, excuse me. Diego Valencia Tejerena on the tackle for Imperial.
So second down and 8. Okay.
It's a big series for Imperial. We gotta reestablish our dominance there.
Second down and 8 from the 45. Man in motion to the near side this time, and Oberg's going to pitch it to him around the right side. Cuts up field, gets across the 45 to the 47. Is the backup quarterback. That's Colin Dill. He'll gain a couple of yards out of the play, so a third down now and 6. His first carry of the night.
Bishop and Suarez combined for that stop for the Tigers.
Dill had an impressive 15-yard touchdown run last week as quarterback. But comes out of the game here at one of the slot positions, goes in motion again, and sets up, and the Tigers are going to jump offside again.
Doggone. Right there.
Right over the football, too, Coach.
Right there.
That gets you, doesn't it?
Oh, just, it's still going to be third down, but
But
five easy
third
yards.
in the
Absolutely.
Yeah, third in the yard.
Yeah.
The foot's on the Tiger side of the football field at the 48. Yeah, when you teach the kids you don't move till the ball moves, and the ball doesn't move and you're right over it and you move. Yeah, that's frustrating.
Like when he fell forward, he almost hit the ball with his face mask.
Yeah.
When he fell out of his stance.
Exactly. Off balance.
Yeah.
3rd and 1. Hoberg will carry it himself. Will get the first down, and then some. Inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 5 yards and a first down.
Zach Ray made the stop in the middle of the line for Imperial, but not until he picked up enough yardage for the first down. 4:20 left to go in the third quarter.
1st and 10, West Hills, Tiger 43. 7-7, tied game here in the third quarter with 4:11 to go.
Let's go offense!
Wide receiver goes way wide left this time for West Hills. First time we've seen receiver go that far out. Parkinson back to pass over for Conaway. Going to complete it at the 38-yard line and driven out of bounds immediately. It'll be good for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up. Sure hands right there.
Yeah, he's their go-to guy. There's no doubt about that. Devin Mesa was right there, but a little bit advantage to the receiver. He's got several inches on that defensive back for Imperial.
Showing at 6'4" and 180.
Yeah.
And like you said, the long strides when he gets running, too.
Yeah, he's a good ball player.
Yeah, good athlete. 2nd down and 5, and the Tigers jump off sides again. That'll give them a first down quickly. And over the football again. Tigers jump off sides, 5-yard penalty. That's 3rd or 4th time tonight the Tigers have been charged with an offside penalty. And this will give them a first down for West Hills. We'll put the ball to 33 of Imperial now. And that player's taken to the sidelines immediately for talking to. They got to stop this silly penalties like that. Those hurt.
It's definitely played a factor in this drive. Those 2 penalties.
Oh, yeah.
Have been big part of it.
Yep. 1st and 10 West Hills, the Tiger 33. 7-7 ball game. And in motion to the near side. Fake the hand up. Oberg's going to carry it himself. And just electric footballs it inside the 30-yard line down to the 26. That'll be a gain of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3 coming up. So 2nd and 3 now from the 26 for West Hills. They're getting the push, their offensive line against the defensive line for the Tigers. It's, like I said, it was like an electric football. Where just big thing moving.
I was wondering where you were going
with that one. Did you remember those?
Now I remember.
Okay. 2nd down and 3.
That's the humming that you did.
The humming, there you go. You got to have the humming. Back to pass, throws it deep. Way over the head of Conaway, the intended receiver at the 3. And it will be a 2nd down and 10. Back at Shaw walking next to Conaway gives him more than a head.
Yeah.
Conaway 6'4". Just you get anywhere close to him, he's got great hands.
Yeah.
3rd down and 3. That's the first incompletion by Oberg here in the second half after 3 completions and a touchdown. 3rd down and 3. Sets up under center. And timeout. Called by West Hills. With 2:05 to go in the third quarter, it's West Hills 7 and Imperial 7.
Ayton Express in Imperial is your one-stop convenience store with full-service car wash, gas, and diesel. It's a place for all your snacks, cold drinks, and ice-cold beer. And if you're throwing a party, kegs, wine, and champagne. Everything you need at one convenient location. While you're there, get your vehicle washed and save $1 with 8 gallons of gas or diesel and get the 10th car wash free. Yes, Ayton Express is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Highway 86 and Ayton Road in Imperial.
The Imperial Tiger Football Association was started years ago to help the football team with much-needed equipment and sending the players to special training. Now, through their fundraising efforts, past and now, the Imperial Tiger Association is proud of what they have accomplished and what they will continue to do in the future. They're always looking for new members. You can call Victor at 760-960-6317. That's 960-6317 if you're interested in helping out. Go Tigers!
Big third down and 3 for West Hills, the Tiger 26-yard line. Oberg in the shotgun. Hard count, but the Tigers didn't jump this time. Yay for that on the little yay. Third down and 3. Oberg sets up, looks at the defense, has Snyder go in motion to the far side. Gets the snap. Back to pass. Looks for Conaway. Going to complete at the 21-yard line. He brought down to the 19, but we'll get the first down on the short one to Conaway. That's a hard one to defense right there. 7-yard gain.
Devin Mesa was right there to make the stop for Imperial, but he's outmatched as far as the height is concerned. And even with the good coverage.
Right.
And that ball was well thrown.
That old sideline thing with a guy that tall, that's hard to stop.
Exactly.
That's hard to stop.
Exactly.
First and 10, just inside the 20-yard line. We'll put it the 19 for West Hills on the Tiger side at the 19. And in motion. And it off, second back through. Gets back up the line of scrimmage. Wolfgang Horner will grab his shirt and bring him back and make a loss on the play. That was impressive.
And he's a strong kid, too.
He's a strong kid.
He's like, you're not going anywhere, buddy.
6'2" and 305, and he literally just grabbed his shirt and pulled him back for a yard loss. And a player down on the field. It's the West Hills player. And
I don't have a 58.
I don't either. It looked like 58, didn't it? But I don't have a 58 on there either. So a player down on the field with 1:09 to go in the third quarter. It's West Hills 7 and Imperial 7.
Imperial Valley College is welcoming students back on campus through the fall for an enhanced mix of in-person and online learning and student services. Enrollment is in full swing with classes already in session. Programs will feature an enhanced schedule of in-person labs and hands-on skills training with the option to continue taking a wide range of courses online. Students curious about degrees, available programs, and career paths can learn more by visiting imperial.edu and careered.org.
Start the day off right with your favorite drinks from Brick House Coffee, next door to the Brick House Deli. Brick House Coffee has so many drinks to choose from: hot drinks, blend drinks, or cold drinks, including the best tea in the valley with different flavors. Open daily with a convenient drive-thru. And next door, the Brick House Deli with big, bold, fresh flavor. The Valley's premier deli, serving breakfast and lunch. So come visit them both at Felisa Tucker Center on West Ayton Road in Imperial.
Looks like it's number 668.
Yeah, Nathan Lang.
Okay. That's the injured player. And it looked like a cramp, which you expect to have early in the season.
Yeah,
I tell George sometimes you see the Frankenstein walk off because you can't fit your leg. But he walks off on his own. It looked like it was just a cramp.
Yeah.
So 1:09 to go here in the third quarter. 7-7 game. Second down and 11 for the Wolfpack at the Tiger 20. Man goes in motion. And then stops, goes back up into a slot left. Oberg under center. And goes in motion again, gets the pitch around the right side. Gets to the 20-yard line, to the 15, to the 10, almost to the 10, gets driven out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. Going to go to the 12, so an 8-yard gain. It'll be a second down and a couple, or third down and a couple.
Shaw came over and made the stop and knocked him out of bounds, but that was good blocking on that play for the Wolfpack.
Robotham showing a little bit of speed turning that corner, too. Yeah. 23 seconds to go, and I think that's probably going to be the end of this first half or the third quarter of play with the score, Imperial 7 and West Hills 7.
For over 60 years, the Imperial Quarterback Club has helped different clubs and sports teams at Imperial High School. The money they raise goes a long way, keeping our kids busy with school activities. Their members are parents and community members who care and want to donate their time. If you would like to become a member, please call Betty or Larry at 760-355-1312. That's 355-1312. The Quarterback Club wishes the Imperial Tigers a great season. Go Tigers!
Quarterback Club's been around since the mid-50s. My grandfather was one of the first presidents of the Quarterback Club, and my dad was president in the 60s. And Larry and Betty Zinn and my Uncle Lyndall Dale kind of spearheaded, but they're looking for new members. So some of the younger guys need to fill in and keep the Quarterback Club going. Got some more updated scores we want to get to you while we have the opportunity. Benson Memorial now leading Southwest 14-8 in the third quarter. Central leading Point Loma 24-21. That's in the third quarter. Boy, Calexico pouring it on.
Wow.
41-6 over Castle Park.
That's great for the Bulldogs.
It is. Glad to see that. There's a few updates for you.
Yeah.
As we start the fourth quarter play, 3rd down and 3 from about the Tiger 12 for West Hills. Rolling to his left is Oberg. Looks to his left, going to run it. Tries to turn the corner, not going to get there. We'll get a yard out of it, nothing more. Good defensive stand by the Tigers on that play, and a 4th down and a couple coming up.
Good coverage in the secondary for Imperial because he was looking to throw out here, but nobody was open, and he wisely put the ball away and tried to get what he could.
So 4th down and 2. Big 4th down play here for the Tigers defense. The ball at the 11-yard line of Imperial.
Is he going to kick it?
They do have a field goal kicker that could do it. And a little bit, what breeze they have, it would be at his back.
53.
And it is going to be Hermes that's going to come in to attempt and try to make his first field goal of the year. The ball will be placed at the 18-yard line. So this will be a 28-yard attempt. The ball is down. Kick is up. And it is good. No, it's no good. It went far left. Kind of looked like it got in between, but they said no. It hooked it left, so no good. Tiger defense held big right there.
That was huge.
That was massive.
Yeah. It's hard. We don't have the best angle here, but I thought it was good too, to be honest with you.
I thought it was good.
With my eyes, I'm not the sharpest on these.
And it's, of course, no bias on our part either, I'm sure.
No, absolutely.
So the Tigers will get the ball thrown 20-yard line after the missed field goal attempt.
And I gave a big, oh, darn, he missed it.
And the gasp of relief when it was not shown as being good.
Let's go, Imperial.
Tigers need to get some offense. I haven't done that in a long time.
Absolutely.
First and 10 to throw 20.
80 yards to go. Let's go, boys.
Tiernan a quarterback. They'll have Shaw in the backfield with him. Shaw gets the call up the middle. They get a couple of yards on it, not much more before getting stacked up. A gain of a couple, 2nd down and 8.
Bracino for the Wolfpack right in the middle has a tough yard and a half for Shaw on that.
Now with 29 yards on 7 carries and the touchdown for Imperial for Seth Shaw. Naylor comes into the lineup now. Shaw goes to the side. Really like to see Naylor break one. He just has looked more and more stronger as the game has gone on and more comfortable in a running back position. He's to the right side of Tiernan. Gets the snap. Inside handoff fake. Going to pass out to the flat. Had the receiver open. And the pass is just thrown down into the ground. Ball's incomplete. It was intended for Zach Ray. And he could have had it and got some yardage out of that. But it'll be a 3rd down now and 8.
We were a little confused before that play. We had several guys looking around at each other. I don't know if that's not a play that we execute very often, I don't think.
Tigers will have 3 wide receivers come out to the right side of the field. Naylor stays into the lineup to the right side of Tiernan, who's in the shotgun. On a 3rd down and 8 from the 22. It's the snap. Sets up. Throws it on the flat on the far side. Going to be intercepted by Benaventi, and he'll go in for the 6-6 touchdown. You got to be sure on that pass when you throw it. And it goes for the interception. His second of the night. And West Hills has the first lead of the evening, 13-6.
That's the cornerback stream. It's kind of a, he was right there, just kind of lagged back. And as soon as the ball was released, he just stepped right in front of the receiver, picked it off, and right down the sideline for the score. 9:54 left to go in the ball game.
So 13-7 on the pick six touchdown. And coming in again to attempt the extra point will be Hermes. And this time it is good. So with 9:54 to go in the ball game, it's now West Hills 14, Imperial 7.
Starting the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Second interception of the night by Tiernan turns into a pick six for West Hills. And with the PAT 14-7 ball game, Tigers have been reeling out a 7-0 lead and now 14 unanswered points by the Wolfpack. Give them the 14-7 lead. Keep to receive. On the far side will be Seth Shaw. On the near side, Alejandro Perez. Hermes will do the kickoff. Have a slight breeze to his back. And the kick will angle over to Perez, who will catch it at the 13-yard line. Straight up the middle of the 20, 25, and brought down right at the 25-yard line. And Imperial will have the ball first and 10 at their own 25.
Evan Patterson on that stop. That was a nice open field tackle there.
Yep, sure was. So Imperial now reeling. Will have to get something going on this drive, I believe, with 9:47 to go.
Yeah, it's gut check time for the Tigers right here. There's just no other way to look at it. We need to strap it on and let's go.
The offensive line have been doing so well early in the game, and they just kind of sputtered now the last few drives.
Yep.
So first and 10 Tigers, ball throw on 27.
Plenty of time for us to get it going.
And then the quarterback, Naylor, back in the lineup. Gets the inside handoff call. Puts his head down. Still drives across the 30-yard line to about the 32. Make it 33. I'm going to say it's 32-yard of being brought down. Give him a gain of 5.
Well, that's a good drive, and they gave him this forward progress there. That was a good job by the officials, even though he got driven back, but he had made it to the 32.
31 yards on 9 carries now for Naylor. His first start at running back in his high school career in varsity. Goes to the sideline now and says Shaw will come back into the lineup. Fakes the inside handoff. Tiernan's going to carry it himself. Tries to pick up a block. And their Tiger linemen are just standing there, though, for the most part. Tiernan did that all himself, but he gets out to 37. He's going to be close to a first down. They're going to call it a first down. So there you go. Gain of 5 and a first down for the Tigers.
Cullen Dill came up from the secondary to make that stop. But like you said, our linemen were kind of standing around. That was all on individual effort by our QB.
Did a good job to get the first down, but could use a little help. Shaw will stay in the lineup and will be in the backfield with Tiernan. He'll go to the right side of him in the shotgun. First and 10 from the 37. The snap. Hand it off to Shaw. Nothing there at all. Nothing there. West Hills, we're waiting for that one. It'll be a loss of a yard on the play. So second 11 coming up.
There were 4 guys right there. Shaw didn't have a chance to make any progress on that.
Tigers moving players in and out, bringing Francisco Lopez, and Zach Ray goes to the sideline. And then Naylor comes into the lineup replacing Shaw. So second down and 11 from the 36. Tiernan looks to the defense, moves Nader to his left side, then goes back to pass. Steps up, goes out to the flat, has a receiver open, way out of the reach. Jesse Nichols.
Yeah.
Third down and 11.
Benavente was on the defensive there, but that ball had no chance for the reception. It was way overthrown.
After Tiernan was 3 of 6 in the game, he's now 3 of 14 with 2 interceptions. So has had a completion since early in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's tough. We need to get something going here. We got third down.
Yep, third down and 11 from the Tiger 36. Big third down here for Imperial. Jenny gets the snap, rolls out to his left side, looks downfield, pump fake. Now he's going to throw it deep, has a receiver, pushed out of, no pass interference. Oh, okay. The intended receiver was Lopez, and as soon as he touched the ball, he was shoved out of bounds. Goes incomplete. It'll be a fourth down and 11. So Gonzalez will come in to punt. And Avente, who had the pick six earlier, will go deep to receive. It was a dangerous punt return he had last time. I wouldn't suggest doing too many more of those running like that catches. There's a lot of scariness there. So Gonzalez will be punting it. He'll actually be kicking it about the 25-yard line, and timeout will be called by Imperial. With 7:26 to go in the ballgame.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. You'll get advice that you can trust to help you select coverage that's best for you. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
That ball may have been touched on the punt. It hit the ground and then touched one of two players, but I guess the West Hills recovered it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but you need to get out of the way, man. When you're not going to field that thing, you need to go. Get away from the ball.
That is dangerous otherwise. West Hills will come up with it, have the ball thrown 30-yard line. First and 10 with 7:18 to go in the ball game. And to lead the Tigers 14-7.
We got to stop them here in 3 plays and get the ball back.
Yeah.
Everywhere the 3 and out is called for is now.
Is right now, yep. Yeah. West Hills wasn't ready to go on offense yet after the punt return. Obert back to pass. Steps up. Doesn't find anything, runs. Gets a little bit of yardage and gets hammered at the 33 and dropped immediately at that point. Gain of 3. Be a second down and 7.
Zach Ray made an excellent tackle on that play for the Tigers.
Lee Elder pointed out only Imperial scoring drive was after recovered fumble, and it was a short drive. You're right, Lee. Got to get something going on offense, but right now the defense got to settle down and put a stop. Clock continues to roll. 6:40 left in the game. West Hills will control the clock as much as they can on this drive. And in motion on the near side, gets the pitch. It's going to be Snyder.
Come up.
Snyder picks up a block. Will get the first down across the 40, past the 45 to the 47-yard line. Put it at the 48 and a first down.
Shaw and Villa Campos made the stop, but not after a great gain by the Wolfpack. Some excellent blocking at the sideline here to give them some good yardage.
That's the longest run of the game, of 20 yards. So first down at the 48. Big first down for West Hills. Obert goes under center, then pulls up. Gets back under center after talking to the coach on the sideline. Handout's going to go up the middle to Green. The Green finds a little crease. Gets into Imperial territory. Finally going to be brought down to the 41-yard line by Naylor. But another first down for the Wolfpack. 11-yard gain that time.
Mickey, I don't know if it's the head coach or who it is that they look to on the sidelines. I assume it's Coach Ad. That he is really just kind of picking apart the defense. He's on the sideline, and he always stays back so he can look at the defense, and then he makes the call. And I'd say he's doing an excellent job right now.
He's not wearing a headset, so he's just watching, just like you said.
He's just observing, and then his quarterback will turn, and they make a play.
Back to pass, and rolling to his right is Oberg. Looks downfield, throws it, completes to Conaway at the 23-yard line, driven out of bounds immediately by Shaw, but another first down for West Hills.
That was right on the money. Great timing, and with that big receiver on the end there, he's going to bring it down for you.
It's going to be a 20-yarder on that one.
Yeah. Wow.
126 yards passing in the game after 22 in the first half. And timeout on the field called by the Tigers. With 5:07 to go in the game, it's West Hills 14, Imperial 7.
The Imperial Tiger Football Association was started years ago to help the football team with much-needed equipment and sending the players to special training. Now, through their fundraising efforts from the past and now, the Imperial Tiger Association is proud of what they have accomplished and what they will continue to do in the future. They're always looking for new members. You can call Victor 760-960-6317. That's 960-6317 if you're interested in helping out. Go Tigers!
You know, when you brought up their head coach with no headset and calling out the signals, watching that reminds me of De La Salle's Coach Ladisor, that won so many games at Concord, De La Salle. Right. He didn't wear a headset. He saw what he had, and he called the plays as he felt they should be. And incredible.
Now, how are you going to argue with that success?
156 games in a row or something, whatever it was. Yeah. Can't argue that at all.
No.
But you're right. I think he kind of gets an angle to see what he's looking at, and he calls the plays from that. Pretty impressive. 1st and 10, West Hills. Kind of broken play, kind of a look like that time, but Oberg's going to get some yardage. He'll get down to the 20-yard line, and he'll get 3 yards out of that.
You know, another thing,
look like a design play.
Excuse me. Another thing that it appears that the passing this half with the quarterback, they're rolling him out, and he's getting away from pressure. The pressure in the first half, when we were getting a good pressure on him, he was more or less in the pocket or trying to, just a straight drop back type pass, and the Tiger defense was able to get to him. But with putting him in on the outside and letting him run a little bit to gain some cushion between the defense, it's been successful for him here in the second half.
And his defense for Imperial has been on the field a lot.
Yes, they have.
Too. They got to be getting tired. Pitch is going to go to the right side. Man, here we go. There's a play. Kai Bishop will just smother the running back on a big loss back outside the 25-yard line. Great play by Kai. He's the grandson of John Bishop, the coach.
When I was looking at the roster, I just wondered if there was any relationship there.
5-yard loss. He read that one perfectly.
Yes, he did.
So it's a 3rd down and 12 now. 3:45 to go in the game. Still time, but the Tigers defense has to hold on these next 2 plays. I would think this is 4-down territory for the Wolfpack. 3rd and 12 from the Tiger 26. Oberg getting the call from the sideline, and they're going to call timeout. So with 3:22 to go in the game, it's West Hills 14, Imperial 7.
Imperial Valley College is welcoming students back on campus through the fall for an enhanced mix of in-person and online learning and student services. Enrollment is in full swing with classes already in session. Programs will feature an enhanced schedule of in-person labs and hands-on skills training with the option to continue taking a wide range of courses online. Students curious about degrees, available programs, and career paths can learn more by visiting imperial.edu and careered.org.
When it comes to great Mexican food, El Zarate Restaurant in Imperial should be number 1 because they do it right. From special quesadillas to 17 different burritos, not including 8 different breakfast burritos. Yeah, they have one you will love. The food is great, the service even better. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at El Zarape, still offering curbside service. Call 760-355-4435. El Zarape Restaurant in Imperial.
On a 3rd and 12, Oberg goes back to pass. He'll bubble screen again to Conaway, catches it, and then picks up some blocks. He may go all the way to the 10-yard line, to the 5. Penalty flag goes down. Penalty flag outward. Could be a block in the back or a hold. Let's see if this is going to be called back or not. If it's not called back, it's a 35-yard touchdown, but I have a feeling this might be brought back. Yep, it's going to go against West Hills. It'll bring that one back. I have to tell you a little story about my oldest son. When he was young and learning football and that strong stuff, well, we'd watch a game, based on where flags are at, you can kind of guess and be right 95% of the time. Right. Well, I would say it when we watch a game, and it would be that. He just thought I was the smartest guy in the world until he got older and found out that it's all position stuff, He said, I thought you were really smart. Well, I had you going for a while.
You fooled him.
I've had him fooled for a long time.
Now he's doing it to his kids.
Yep, exactly. Doing it to his kids. 3rd down and 2 after the penalty brought back the long pass. Faked the pitch. Oberg carried himself. I'm not sure whether he got the first down or not. He got to about the 12. Looks like he does have the first down at the 12. It'll be a gain of 3 yards in the play and a first down. Big first down for West Hills. Ball placed at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10. 2:52 remaining in the game. West Hills leading at 14-7. Conaway will go deep to the right side. I always keep an eye on him, as tall as he is. We haven't had him seem leap too much, but if he's got any leaping ability at 6'4", that'd be tough for a defensive back for Imperial. Oberg was under center. Fake the handout, got to carry it himself. He'll only get a yard out of it to the 10. It'll be a 2nd and 9. Well, one thing is West Hills team knew after this game that they were in a game, not like last week.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a little bit of a push.
This is great.
This has been a good game.
A great preseason game for both teams. Yep. And then you were saying the Tigers are going to play Valley Center.
Right. Coming up, and Valley Center is a Division II team.
Yeah.
West Hills is Division III with Imperial, so may see them later in the season in the playoffs. Never know. Santana across town, the other team in Santee, is also Division III school this year, as is Brawley.
Right.
And in motion, fake the pitch. Oberg goes back, passes to the flat, going to complete it, brought right out of bounds after a gain of a couple of yards. And on the catch is Nathaniel Green.
Devin Mesa right there to make the stop. That was a completed pass down there inside the 10.
Be the first reception for Green tonight.
Yeah.
In the second half, Obergo has completed 7 of 8 in the second half.
He's definitely come alive.
Yeah, for 114 yards.
Yeah.
Oberg goes under center, comes back up on a 3rd down and 6 from the 8. Hand it to Green up the middle. Green gets brought down from behind, but he'll gain a couple of more yards. And timeout called by Imperial with 44 seconds to go. The score, West Hills 14, Imperial 7.
Start the day off right with your favorite drinks from Brick House Coffee, next door to the Brick House Deli. Brick House Coffee has so many drinks to choose from: hot drinks, blend drinks, or cold drinks, including the best tea in the valley with different flavors. Open daily with a convenient drive-thru. And next door, the Brick House Deli with big, bold, fresh flavor. The valley's premier deli, serving breakfast and lunch. So come visit them both at the Lisa Tucker Center on West Ayton Road in Imperial.
We'll keep it here at the field so we don't miss what happens on this play. It's a big 4th down and a long 2 for West Hills. And the ball at the 4-yard line of Imperial. Imperial can stop them right here. They still have a chance, although it's light with 44 seconds to go. Over at quarterback. We'll go under center. We'll have Nathaniel Green straight behind him as the setback. Man in motion. Fake the handoff. Over throws to his right. Caught away wide open. Wide open touchdown. You could just see that was going to happen. I don't understand, and I've seen this for years at different teams. When you have a receiver that's that dominant, how can he get that open in a situation like that? You know we're looking for him.
And he was open for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Or what, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was open at the snap of the ball, and he was open all the way. Even when he made the reception, nobody closed on him. I mean, he was wide open.
Yeah, he was wide open.
Yeah.
His second touchdown reception of the night.
Wow.
And that puts the seal on this game for West Hills.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Hermes will come in for the extra point attempt. Yeah, a guy like that, you just cannot leave open. I'm double teaming him myself.
Yeah.
Extra point is good, and with 36 seconds to go, it's West Hills 21, Imperial 7.
For over 60 years, the Imperial Quarterback Club has helped different clubs and sports teams at Imperial High School. The money they raise goes a long way, keeping our kids busy with school activities. Their members are parents and community members who care and want to donate their time. If you would like to become a member, please call Betty or Larry at 760-355-1312. That's 355-1312. The Quarterback Club wishes the Imperial Tigers a great season. Go Tigers!
Start the day off right by having breakfast at the Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again, voted best breakfast in Imperial Valley by you, our customer. Thank you. Now remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food, still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
36 seconds to go, and the Tigers will be back to receive. Been in a hard-fought contest. Imperial led at the half, 7-0. But the second half has been all West Hills. Hermes with the kickoff. He's going to kick a little pooch kick, and the Tigers are going to get at the 35-yard line and will be brought down at the 42-yard line. So 1st and 10 Tigers from their own 42. With 30 seconds to go.
It's been definitely 2 different halves. For sure. I mean,
Yeah. Tigers have played well, but they just didn't get things done in the second half. And you got to kind of hand it maybe to the coaching staff of West Hills to find out what it was they were doing wrong in the first half and making adjustments.
Yeah.
But they made the right calls in the second half.
Absolutely.
So Tiernan at quarterback. He has Nader to his left side. He'll stay in the shotgun formation. Try to see if they can get something on the board before the end of this one. Back to pass Tiernan. Look downfield. Going to pass it to the near side as the receiver open. It's going to be intercepted, and that will do it. Be caught by Rex Brennan on the interception, the 3rd interception of the night for West Hills, and that will put the exclamation point on this victory by the Wolfpack.
Yeah, that was just floated up there. That was quacking, as they say.
Yeah, there's a giant coil going up there. Yep.
But you know what? In retrospect, though, I think the Tigers have a lot to be encouraged about from this first ball game, and I think they're going to end up doing a nice job this season. They just kind of definitely got outplayed the second half, and I don't know what they did to that quarterback, whoever talked to that kid at halftime, but he has really responded and come out this second half and
ran the show really well the second half.
Yes, he has.
He really has. 22 seconds to go. West Hills called time. Not sure unless they're going to bring other players in. Not sure why you'd call timeout right now with a 14-point lead. But they did, so who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
You would think at this point they would just take a victory stance, put a knee down, and that's the ball game. We're not going to call timeout again. Yeah. That'll be it. Maybe that's what they're telling them, and that's what they're lining up as. So maybe just wanted to make sure, hey, we're not going to run anything now. We're going to take a knee, call it good. You got your win. And we'll say a well-played game. It was not, you didn't see anyone get out of control in this one or anything like that. It was a clean game. And they'll take a knee, and that will be the ball game. Yeah. So the final score here on the west side of Santee, West Hills Wolfpack 21, the Imperial Tigers 7. And we'll recap the scoring and the stats in just a moment.
We all love an expert. We've got a roof expert, a plumber, a great mechanic. The list goes on. Imperial Valley Allstate agent Julie Oliver is your local insurance expert that knows the community. You'll get advice that you can trust to help you select coverage that's best for you. So whether it's protection for your car, home, boat, motorcycle, or more, Julie is here to help. Call your local Allstate agent Julie Oliver today at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800. Julie says, please stay safe and healthy. You are in good hands. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
8 Express in Imperial is your one-stop convenience store with full-service car wash, gas, and diesel. It's the place for all your snacks, cold drinks, and ice-cold beer. And if you're throwing a party, kegs, wine, and champagne. Everything you need at one convenient location. While you're there, get your vehicle washed and save a buck with 8 gallons of gas or diesel and get the 10th car wash free. Yes, 8 Express is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Highway 86 and 8 Road in Imperial.
Final score 21-7. West Hills defeats the Tigers. Imperial led it early on a 1-yard touchdown run by Seth Shaw with 9:13 to go in the first quarter. The extra point by Gonzalez was good, and the Tigers were up 7-0. It stayed that way to halftime. In the second half, it was all West Hills. They started up with 10:20 to go in the third quarter on a 64-yard bubble screen touchdown from Braden Oberg to Max Conaway. The extra point by Hermes was good, and it was 7-7. Then with 9:54 to go in the ball game, a 30-yard interception return for touchdown by Colin Benavente, and the extra point by Hermes was good. It was 14-7. And then with I was just thinking this was a 21-7 game, but they missed one extra point. Remember? They had one extra point that went to the side.
Or was that a field goal?
Or was a field goal? You're right. You're right. It was a field goal. I was going to say, I had it written here the right way, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, something went to the side. And then their final score came with 36 seconds to go. It was a touchdown pass from Moberg to Conaway, 4 yards. Hermes extra point, 21-7 is the final score. And statistically, the Tigers owned the first half with 87 yards of offense compared to 22 for West Hills. It will end up in the second half. Oberg will complete 8 of 9 passes for 118 in the second half, making 140 on the game. And then rushing, they had 0 yardage in the first half, 66 in the second half, 206 yards of offense for West Hills. And for the Tigers, they just couldn't get things going in the second half. Kiernan completed 3 of 10 in the first half for 22 yards, but all 5 of the passes in the second half were either incomplete with 2 interceptions. So the Tigers just had the 22 yards of passing offense. And then rushing had a little bit, 72, including 31 by Naylor, 28 by Shaw, a touchdown, 21 by Tiernan, and 2 by Zach Ray. So statistically, it's all West Hills. On the scoreboard, it's all West Hills in the final score of 21-7. And we'll wrap this one up in just a moment.
The Imperial Tiger Football Association was started years ago to help the football team with much-needed equipment and sending the players to special training. Now, through their fundraising efforts from the past and now, the Imperial Tiger Association is proud of what they have accomplished and what they will continue to do in the future. They're always looking for new members. You can call Victor at 760-960-6317. That's 960-6317 if you're interested in helping out. Go Tigers!
When it comes to great Mexican food, El Zarate Restaurant in Imperial should be number one because they do it right. From special quesadillas to 17 different burritos, not including 8 different breakfast burritos. Yeah, they have one you will love. The food is great, the service even better. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner at El Zarate, still offering curbside service. Call 760-355-4435. El Zarate Restaurant in Imperial.
Imperial Valley College is welcoming students back on campus for the fall for an enhanced mix of in-person and online learning and student services. Enrollment is in full swing with classes already in session. Programs will feature an enhanced schedule of in-person labs and hands-on skills training with the option to continue taking a wide range of courses online. If you're curious about degrees, available programs, and career paths, can learn more by visiting imperial.edu and careered.org.
Final score 21-7. West Hills defeats Imperial up here in Santee, as you were mentioning. There was a good crowd here. It was a really good crowd for the West Hills side, and then a good contingent coming up from Imperial. So watch our team. They'll be back in Imperial for their home opener next week against Cibola of Yuma. It'll be the Raiders and the Tigers next week, and then Valley Center the week after that. And then it gets rough. 5 straight away games.
Oh, wow.
At Monte Vista up in Spring Valley, at Gila Ridge in Yuma, at Holtville, at Brawley, and at Central. Those are the 2 big ones. They're right at the end of that 5-game away stretch. So after the Valley Center game, you guys got to come out to it because after that one on September 10th, Imperial won't play at home again until October 22nd.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, it'll be a rough one.
That's tough.
That's tough.
I have to talk to Vic Cruz there.
Yeah, I know. You have to, next season, we got to work this thing so we can get to our own games. We want to thank all of our sponsors, Imperial Quarterback Club, the Brick House Deli, Ayton Express, El Zarafi Restaurant, the Imperial Tiger Football Association, Broken Yoke Cafe, Imperial Valley College, and Julie Oliver. We thank you, Julie, for joining us with Allstate Insurance for all your insurance needs. So, Joe, I've appreciated you come up and filling in for George. Wasn't able to make it here tonight. I really enjoyed that with you.
Yeah, I did too, Mickey. You do a great job. I enjoyed listening to you. Not to pat you on the back too much, but I like you're very informative, and you give a good picture to radio listeners to what's going on in the ball game. So
thank you.
It was nice. I enjoyed
appreciate that. Well, we worked good together, and maybe sometime we'll be able to do it again.
Yeah,
that would be nice. Well, thank you. Joey Evangelist joining with me tonight. We'll have Dylan Nichols, who will be subbing next week for George, and then George hopefully will be back for the Valley Center game. So it'll be Dylan and I next week, and we'll sign it off here from West Santee. Final score of the West Hills Wolfpack 21, the Imperial Tigers 7. We thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll talk to you again next Friday. Good night.